Hey folks, this is Chris from rawprofits.com. We are looking at our last video in the series for how to build profitable niche websites for beginners. We're going to start getting people to notice our website. We're going to install Yoast SEO. It's a plugin for WordPress. We're also going to sign up for Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Pinterest is really doing great these days, but I'm not going to cover that in this video. I'm going to do a whole other series that focuses on social media marketing that will really go in depth with everything else. In the last video, I asked you to create all of your articles. Now, I wanted to get this last video created for you so you could get started quickly. So I haven't created all 9 or 10 articles, but I did create one test one. And for the blog post itself, I grabbed a free photo that I'm allowed to use commercial free from unsplash.com. And then I wrote out the bullet points subjects that I'm going to talk about in this post. And then I went back and I did a dictation like I showed you in the last video. And I just simply created a few paragraphs for each topic. And this article, it's just a quick one that I wanted to use as a test for you guys to show how to use the articles to promote on social media. So I quickly created a free Gmail account. I'm going to use this email just to simply sign up to these social media accounts. Now, if we come inside of our WordPress admin, you're going to go to plugins and then add new. I'm going to search for Yoast, and Yoast SEO pops up here. So let's go ahead and install this now. And after it's installed, we're going to activate it. And as we can see on the plugins page, Yoast SEO has been installed. So let's go ahead and sign up to Twitter first. So come to twitter.com, click sign up. Let's fill in our information. After that, let's click sign up. On the next step, you can add a phone number or you can skip this. Next, we're going to choose a username. So pick your username. You can always change it later and click next. On the next page, we see this screen. Let's go. And then it asks what you're interested in. So I would recommend that you type in or click a topic that is related to your niche. So for me, obviously hiking is what I want. And I'm going to click continue. And they want me to import contacts, but since this is kind of a business website, I don't really have anybody that I want to add right now, so I'm going to click no thanks. And next, because we typed in hiking or whatever your niche keyword was, it has recommendations for people in that niche. Either have a lot of followers or they're active. So go ahead and follow all of these people. It also has who you may also be interested in. I'm not sure who this is. I don't care about Trump, so I'm going to unclick all of this right now. I don't think he's a big hiker. So follow 8 and continue. Okay, so I'm all signed up now for Twitter. And I'm not going to go through every feature here. There's tons of videos, tons of blog posts. Twitter provides lots of help for you to set up your profile pictures and to change everything, your color scheme. All of that stuff I'm not going to cover. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for my page, but I'm not going to show you how to do that just because I don't want to make this a super long video. Next, let's move over to Instagram.com and let's sign up for an account. Here's the information that I filled in, and I'm going to click sign up. Now again, there's an easy setup for Instagram for you to add your own profile picture and just go through the setup. You can go through the search and type in your keyword, for example, hiking, and you can follow some people for your niche. So I could follow some hiking people, and then you could start getting an idea of what other people in your industry are posting. And for now, I'm going to just leave it like this, and I'm going to go create a Facebook page. So log into your personal account, and then under the drop-down menu here, you're going to click and select Create Page. And then we're going to select brand or product. Now, depending on what niche you picked, maybe entertainment would make more sense. Maybe if you're promoting your own band or you're an artist, maybe this would make more sense, or your own local business, etc. For me, it makes more sense to that the fact that I'm selling tents, brand or product makes more sense to me. And I selected website because I'm actually going to be pushing besthikingtents.com instead of an actual product. So I put in Best Hiking Tents for a name, and I'm going to click Get Started. So just like Twitter and Instagram, I'm not going to show you how to add a profile picture or add a cover. Again, just Google that and you'll figure it out pretty easily. Most of these social networks have specific sizes that work well for them, so you can Google those sizes as well. Next, just add a button here quickly and click Learn More, and then Learn More again, and put in your website address here, and then click Add Button. And now anytime that somebody visits our page, they'll see the profile, the cover, they'll see some posts at what we're all about, and then they'll see a Learn More button here, which will link to our niche website. Okay, so now that we have our 3 social media accounts set up for Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, let's come back to our plugins and installed plugins. and we'll see Yoast SEO. Let's click settings. Let's go under the general tab, and we're going to open the configuration wizard. In the next screen, you'll see the Yoast setup wizard. We'll click configure Yoast SEO. And for me, this is a live production website, so I'm going to click this, production. Next, I'm going to select blog for the site type. It's asking if we are a company or person. I'm just going to select person, and it's asking for our name. You might want to select company or whatever you feel more comfortable with. So it's asking for our Facebook page URL. So I'm going to paste that in here. Next, it's asking for the Twitter username, not the URL, but your actual username. I'm going to paste that in here. And next, it's asking for our Instagram URL, not the username, but the URL. So just pay attention to what exactly it's asking for. I'm going to click next. And for post type visibility, I'm going to keep the default settings. Click next. It's asking if there's going to be multiple authors or not. For me, that doesn't really apply. I'm just going to select no. Next is asking for the Google Search Console. To be completely honest, I absolutely forgot about this. And I wish I went back and set this up for you guys to show you how to do it. To be honest, it's really quite easy. Just go to Google and search Google Search Console. And the Gmail account that you set up, just create an account with these guys, go through the steps, and then you can come and authenticate your authorization code for Google here. You don't have to do it in the setup wizard. You can actually go back to the Yoast settings, so you can do it at any time. You don't have to do it right now. Next, it's asking for the title settings and the title separator. The separator is just the little character that it's going to use in between the title and the page title. So I just keep it with the dash. You can choose something different if you like. It's asking to sign up to the newsletter. You can go ahead if you want to get emails from Yoast. And on the last screen here, it's asking you to upgrade to premium if you want. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to click next. And then a success message. You can watch a video here. And right now I'm just going to close and go back to the dashboard. So there's one last thing that I want to set up in Yoast. And just go to Google, and I want you to Google Twitter's card validator. And you'll come to this page. And here's the URL if you just want to type it in. And what I did is for my article that I wrote, I'm going to take the URL. I'm going to come back to the card validator. I'm going to paste that URL in here and preview card. So it fetched the card and it gives me a preview of what it'll look like. The card, I want the big picture card where it shows a bigger image than this. I don't really like the small image because we want to grab people's attention if we can. So let's go back to our Yoast SEO dashboard. And we're kind of going to come over to features. And then down here, we're going to enable advanced settings. Scroll down and save changes. Now on the left side here, you'll see a whole bunch of other options. Let's click social and let's go under Twitter. And down here, you'll say the default card type to use is summary. I want to change that to summary with large image. Now let's save the changes. Now let's go back to the card validator and make sure you refresh the page. Sometimes if I don't refresh the page, I won't get an accurate preview. I'm going to paste this URL again for my article and preview card. And now as you can see, this is how my post will look on Twitter. This is much more engaging than the small summary. The big image is much better. Also, the image that it is grabbing is the featured image that we set in our post. So if we go up to edit post and we scroll down to the featured image or wherever you have it in the sidebar, this is the image that it's using. This image is actually the same image, but I imported the media separately. So technically, you could use this picture and then you could make a second one with text on it, something that grabs the user's attention. So I could write here, healthy hiking benefits in white text. And then I could remove this one and upload that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that just to show you how that works. Okay, so I removed the featured image and I created a new one. So we're going to set the new featured image, go to upload files, and we're going to select the file that we created. Make sure to add your alt text and set featured image. And as you can see, I have a brand new featured image here, the amazing health benefits of hiking. That's much more engaging for somebody to see that on social media. If we scroll to the top, my image in the post is the large version of the original. Now I'm going to update my post. Now let's grab our URL again for this post, head over to the card validator and refresh the page. And let's paste that URL in again and preview card. And now this is what the new post will look like on Twitter. To me, that looks much better. And now let's post our first tweet. So for my first tweet, I put, find out why you should be hiking as much as possible. And then I added 2 hashtags, hiking and healthy. After that, I added the URL. And Twitter's going to automatically take this URL and it's going to turn it into that card like this. I would recommend that you only use 2 or 3 hashtags. More than that, and it starts to get a little bit annoying to people. Also, to keep your URLs shorter, you can use a service like Bitly. And there's multiple services like this, but it's free to use. They have a free account. And you just pop your URL in here, and it'll shorten it for you. And if you sign up for an account, it'll give you some statistics on who clicked on it. So I'm going to go ahead and tweet this. And as you can see, here's my first post, and I think that looks really nice and clean. And people are going to see this who follow the hiking and healthy tags. Actually, if you just notice that on my screen, somebody just retweeted it already. So if I click notifications, BitBit Foods, whoever they are, just retweeted my first post. So if we click on their account, we can come down and we can see now they just retweeted my post to 1,500 of their followers. So I just made this post 2 minutes ago, and if you click down here, you can see view tweet activity. And as you can see, I've already had 13 people have seen my post. Now they haven't engaged with it yet, but I am getting impressions on it, mostly probably from that guy retweeting it. As well, it's listed here on these hashtag pages in Twitter. So retweet people, go and find industry leaders in your market, and just be active in this whole service, and you'll see your followers growing, and everything will just start to take off for you. You'll start to get more traffic and people clicking on your articles. Write an article every week, the more the better. Try to be a little trendy and current with your topics. And most importantly, be consistent. If you're not consistent, this is never going to work. So let's move on to Instagram. If you're not familiar with Instagram, literally you just post pictures and you put hashtags and descriptions and people like them and they'll follow you. The issue with Instagram is that they don't let you put URLs or links in your pictures directly. So really this is mostly for branding. A lot of people will check out your profile if you're putting decent content up. So I just updated my username. I put some underscores in between the words so it's a little better to read. So to post images to Instagram, you need to download the app to your phone, and then you usually have to save the images to your phone and then upload them through the app. There's one way around this to fool Instagram, and that's to use the built-in Chrome tools. You need to be using Chrome. You right click on the page and go to inspect. And up here, what we want to do is select either iPad or iPhone or something. I like iPad because it's bigger. And then refresh the page. And now as you notice, the layout of Instagram actually changed completely. And there's a new button here for us to share photos. They don't provide this for the web-based version. But since we're pretending like we're an iPad, they think that we're on a mobile device. So I'm just going to upload a test photo just to show you how this works. I'm just going to go ahead and enlarge this so you can actually see what we're doing here. And that's a little better. And I'm going to click the camera button here and I'm going to upload a test image. So I uploaded a picture of a tent here, and I know there's buttons underneath and I can't seem to scroll down. So what I'm going to do is switch this back to 50%. I apologize if this is a little small, if you can't see it. And now we can see that we have the filters that we can apply to our picture. And I'm going to just click next. And now we can write our caption and add a location if we want. So hopefully you can see here, but I wrote a peaceful night camping with an orange glowing tent. And now we need to enter our hashtags. There's a website here called Tag Blender. And what I would recommend, unlike other social networks like Twitter where you want to use maybe 2 or 3 hashtags, otherwise they become annoying, and maybe Facebook you would use 1 or 2 as well. Instagram I find is a little different. The more the merrier. It's common for people to use a bunch of hashtags. So this website Tag Blender, it provides a lot of popular hashtags that people use. Mine is related to probably nature, maybe sport. I'm going to click all 30 of these and I'm going to copy them. I'm going to paste these in here, and I'm just going to go through these quickly and remove the ones that don't apply, and I'm going to add a couple more. Okay, so I edited my tags and I clicked share, and now my picture is live and I uploaded it. I'm going to close the inspector here and I'm going to refresh. So now I'm back to the normal version of Instagram in the browser. And if we look at my post here, and I added these tags here, and as you can see, I only added this 31 seconds ago, and I already have 3-4 people like my photo. And people are going to look at your account, and when they click on it, they're going to come back and see what you're all about. And that's how you're going to be sending people to your website. And really for Instagram, that's all there is to it. You can search and find people related to your niche. So I'm going to type in hiking, and I'm going to click on the hiking tag here. And now these are pictures that are all tagged with the hiking hashtag. I had to scroll down a little bit because there was a woman with her shirt off that I probably shouldn't be showing on Insta or on YouTube. So I'm going to click on, say, this picture, and I'm just going to add a comment saying, what a great picture, give a nice comment, and just interact with people. And other people are going to find you by commenting as well. So now I posted great photo, and people going through the comments, they might see our name and get interested and end up clicking on us. And now when I come back to our page, we've already got a follower. So as you can see, within a few minutes, there's already activity happening here. Lastly, we're going to move on to Facebook. So if you picked a niche that has good keywords in it, some people might just find you through the Facebook search. So for example, I have another Facebook page it's about hot rods and pinup girls, and people just search for that stuff and they find me and they like my page just by searching it. It's just organic growth. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come grab my article's URL here, and we're going to post it into our Facebook page. Okay, so after you post the URL here, it automatically grabs the information from your page, and then it gives you a preview here. After you post the URL, you can actually remove this, and this will stay here. And now you can write a description and add a hashtag or two. So I just wrote a quick description here, or a sentence that's going to try to attract people to click. And I just added 2 hashtags. So I'm getting a link back from my Facebook page. I'm getting a link back from the hiking page and the healthy page for those hashtags. I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And there you go. Now you can see the post that I just made, and it's public along with the keywords or the hashtags. So what I did is I searched up here in Facebook for hiking. And now I'm going to sort these by pages. And now I'm going to look for communities or pages that have a lot of followers that are related to my niche. So hiking in the mountains. I'm going to click on this and check it out. And as you can see, they have some good interactions, and they have some posts and comments on their pictures. So people are seeing these. So all you want to do, you do not want to spam your stuff. What you want to do is simply comment on some people's posts on different pages that have a lot of followers. So on the drop down here, you're going to switch this to your page. So if you click here, you can select your new page, and then you're commenting as best hiking tents. And now you can just leave a simple, nice comment. So I left a comment saying, "This is beautiful, thank you." But what people are going to see is your page name, Best Hiking Tents. And now they're going to click through, and they're going to be curious about who you are, what kind of posts you have, and hopefully visit your website and read your articles. Now again, I'm just offering you all of the basics of how to get your niche website off the ground. And hopefully combining this with Google, you'll be seeing some traffic from doing proper SEO. Follow Yoast, their advice, and you'll get some hits from Twitter, along with people checking out your Instagram page, and hopefully on Facebook. You must be consistent, and really it's all in your control. It's based on how much you go out there and post. Don't be spammy. Offer a lot of value to people. It may seem like a slow start to get things going, but as you grow it, it snowballs, and eventually it'll take off nicely. As this is happening, if you continue to add a new article, say every week, a few months from now or 6 months from now even, if you take your time and keep building more niche sites, as well as keep working on your current ones, eventually they're going to take off and they're going to get listed high in Google. You're going to see that traffic trickle in, and hopefully you're going to see some people buying your stuff. This will turn into passive income, and as you make more, you could start to maybe hire or outsource some of the content creation or your social media posting. And eventually, if you take this seriously, you could turn it into a full-time business that mostly runs itself. As well, something I never touched on in these videos is actual advertising, where you could boost your tweets and your posts on the different social media accounts. That's a whole nother chapter that would take up more than just what this video can handle. Everything that I've showed you, you can pretty much do for free. It's just getting in there and doing the grunt work. So just by starting, you can see on Twitter I have 2 followers already. And just to prove that they're not just my personal accounts, these are 2 related hiking companies, a backpack company and a camping one. And that's based off 1 tweet. On Instagram, I've made 1 post here, and if I refresh, my picture got 12 likes, I got a comment on there, and I gained 1 follower. Again, that's off 1 picture, and I'm just getting started. As for Facebook, I just set this up. I find this Facebook takes a little bit more time to set up and get going. But if you dig in and you join some groups and some communities and other related pages, and you get out there and post and be nice and courteous, people are going to check out your stuff and follow you. I hope you've enjoyed the series. I hope you got some useful information out of it. I hope you're realizing that there's no secret. This is just setting up a website, doing the things that matter, and putting in the hard work to get noticed on social media. Sometimes it can be tempting to get off track. Just be consistent, make a goal, and stick with it. Again, this is Chris from rawprofits.com. Thank you so much for watching all of this. Follow us now and subscribe to us, and we have a lot more coming in the future. Take care, have a good one, and good luck.